Hi, so got a request to do a video for how to play Thinking of You by Sister Sledge. It's a great song. I can't play it the best of all of the songs that I can play, but I definitely know the right chords to show you, so hopefully by the time that you finish practicing with this you'll be able to play it at least as well as me, if not hopefully a little bit better. I'm going to assume that if you're playing this video and you're watching how to play this song, that you already know how to play a fair bit of funk style music. If not, I wouldn't necessarily recommend starting with this song. I would start with something a lot more simple, which doesn't have as much hammering on and off, because you're going to have to be very good at having strong enough fingers at some point to hammer on, but keeping the strings muted when you need to. So let me just play you the intro quickly. The good news is with this song, once you've learned the intro, you've learned the whole song. That's it, done. Because all it does is play a variety of the same thing scrolling around, and then it's just a case of learning the changes and where they come. So here's the intro, sort of how it should sound. So what we're doing there is starting with a B flat 6 chord, which is barring from the A string down on the 10th fret, second finger 11th fret on the B, third finger is 12th fret on the D, and you're hammering into that position. So it starts off with a couple of checks, you'll hear, and that's catching the E string on the 13th fret, and then hammering from the 10 to the 12 on the A string, but that time he catches the 13 on the B string and goes back down to where you're barring again at the 10th. So that slowly is. Right, so after you're comfortable with that, you're going to be able to play the very first bit of the intro, and he then goes down the neck a little bit. You'll hear he goes, and what that is just the D and the G string getting picked out from in amongst the rest of them, and then exactly the same position but on the 3rd fret, and then you're on the G string up to the 5 and then back down to the 3. So this is how that sounds slowly. Once more. And the second time, after you've played that through once, so you'll play you'll then come back to play exactly the same beginning again, but this time, instead of doing the G on the 5th fret, you go onto the E string and you're going to go from the 5th to the 6th, so it sounds like this, or a bit more like that rather. So this is it all together. So that's where we're up to so far. The third time round, you're going to play again the same intro. Same part as you originally did here on the G string, but then when you come back round after playing the same very beginning part up here, the B flat 6, you're just going to bar the D and the G string on the 8th fret and then the 3rd fret, and I'll show you how that sounds without any of the extra notes on the 5th fret. So that's okay. Once you've got that far, we're now pretty much halfway through all the chords that you need to learn. The only other part is the chorus, or whatever you would like to call it, but they use it in a few different parts of the song. It starts off with E flat major 7. Again, we're ignoring this E string here, starting from the 6th fret on the A string, and then major 7 triangle there with those 3 fingers, and again blocking out that high E there. So that's the first chord. Next chord is E sus 2, E flat sus 2, sorry, apparently, although I didn't really know what this was called, and you slide into this chord, so you're just going to slide up from the 5th to the 6th fret. The way I'm fingering that is my first finger on the E string on the 5th fret, second finger on the B string on the 5th fret also, and then just putting the other 2 fingers alongside, so on the next fret up on the D and the G string. So we're looking for that sort of sound. The way that's going to sound is like this. Hopefully you recognise that from the song. And then it comes back to the E flat major 7, but slides up to a B flat major 7, which is on the 8th fret of the A string, 8th fret of the D string, and then barring the 10th fret on the top 3. So that's and the second time round that he does it, does that little bit where it just reaches up with his little finger to the 13th fret on the E and the B, so it's just and he then plays that through once more again, but just slides to a finish, and then that's when the singing starts, the rest of the song begins, and it's the same from there on out. You'll just have to listen to the record and see which bits fit in where. The only bit that's slightly tricky to figure out is that the rest of the time when he changes over from in between what was the intro and then the chords that you play, instead of that change, they do use the to change in between the chorus and the verse. So I'll just play the intro through for you again so you can hear it all together, but that should pretty much tie it up. Here it is.